Fellow Iskins and dear friends, March 22nd is the World Water Day. The theme of this year is valuing water. Why Water Day? March 22nd every year since 1993 is observed as the World Water Day. The aim of World Water Day is to raise awareness on global water crisis and to tackle it effectively. It is to awaken the importance of water to the whole world. This year, the core focus of the observance is to support the achievement of the UN's Sustainable Development Goal 6, that is, water and sanitation for all by 2030. Earth's water availability. Of the total water on Earth, 97% is saline water, that is the water in the oceans. 3% is fresh water. Of the 3% of fresh water, 68.7% is entrapped as ice caps and glaciers. 30.1% is groundwater and 0.3% is surface water. Of the 0.3% of surface water, 87% is present in lakes, 11% in swamps, and just 2% in rivers. Natural water cycle. Water is constantly moving among oceans, the atmosphere, the solid earth, and the biosphere. This unending circulation of Earth's water supply is called the hydrologic cycle. Water evaporates to the atmosphere, condenses into clouds, and precipitated as snow, hail, or rain. Water moves on. The precipitation that falls into ocean has completed its cycle and ready to begin another. The water falls on the continent, however, must make its way back to ocean. The precipitation fallen on land partially undergoes infiltration and the surplus water flows over the surface into lakes, streams, rivers, and the process is called runoff. Much of the water that infiltrates or runs off eventually returns to the atmosphere from the soil, lakes, and streams. Some of the water from the soil is absorbed by plants and released into the atmosphere by transpiration. Earth's water balance. Water evaporated from ocean every year is 3,20,000 kilometer cube. Evaporation from land, including lakes and streams, is 60,000 kilometer cube. Precipitation to oceans is 2,84,000 kilometer cube, and precipitation on Earth is 96,000 kilometer cube. Of the 96,000 kilometer cube, 60,000 kilometer cube evaporate from land and 36,000 kilometer cube water remain to erode the land during the journey back to ocean. No life without water. There are 7.8 billion people to feed on the planet today, and another 2 billion are expected to join by 2050. Statistics say that each of us drinks 2 to 4 liters of water every day. However, most of the water we drink is embedded in the food we eat. The current rate of population growth in the world is 1.05% per year. an average increase of 81 million people per year. Water is everywhere on earth. Water is everywhere on earth, in oceans, glaciers, rivers, lakes, air, soil, in living organisms, and inside the earth in the top few kilometers of the ground. But the availability of safe drinking water is gradually decreasing, and all our water resources are getting polluted. Water beneath the surface. Most of the subsurface environment is not solid at all. It includes countless tiny pore spaces between grains of soil and sediment, plus narrow joints and fractures in bedrock. Together, these spaces add up to an immense volume. It is in these tiny openings that groundwater collects and moves. Groundwater represents the largest reservoir of fresh water. Water that is not held as soil moisture percolates downward until it reaches a zone where all the open spaces in the sediment and rock are completely filled with water. This is the zone of saturation, and the water within it is called groundwater. The upper limit of this zone is called water table. Overexploitation of groundwater. The overexploitation of groundwater causes fast decline in water table, loss of soil moisture, and finally drought. We know that the bore wells or the tube wells are increased day by day. Hence, the exploitation of groundwater is also increasing. That's the main reason for the decline in the water table. Drying up of wells. The replenishment of an aquifer is slow. That is why even the wells situated right on the river banks are depleted. Unscientific sand quarrying is another reason for the decline of water table. It is observed that the wells on the banks of Pamba, Manimala, and Achankovil of Kerala have also been turning dry with the depletion of groundwater table due to indiscriminate sand quarrying over the past several years. Our water is not safe. More than 69 lakhs of open wells in Kerala and much more latrine pits. So there is greater chance of polluting the water resources with bacteria. 73% of Kerala's water sources polluted. Studies suggest that most of the water resources of Kerala are highly polluted. Toxic metals in water resources. The unscientific waste disposal is the main reason for the presence of arsenic, cadmium, lead, mercury, and selenium in our water resources. We pollute our own water resources. Sewages, water effluents from factories and thermal plants are dumped into rivers. Even the barbarians were better than us because they never polluted water as we do now. We are challenging the very existence of life on earth. Pollution causes a number of waterborne diseases like cholera, bacillary dysentery, typhoid, paratyphoid, gastroenteritis, infantile diarrhea, polio and meningitis, pneumonia, hepatitis, asthmatic meningitis. Safe drinking water. The safe drinking water should be free from pathogenic organisms. It should be clear. It shall not be saline. It should be free from offensive taste or smell, free from compounds that may have adverse effect on human health. It should be free from chemicals that cause corrosion of water supply systems, The pH limit should be within 6.5 to 8.5 and a minimum of 4.5 ml of dissolved oxygen per liter of water. Water usage. It is observed that the basic water requirement in rural areas are 60 liters and in urban areas it is found to be 146 liters per person. Once upon a time, Caney of Wayanad. Caneys were the miraculous water sources of Wayanad. Caney water always remains crystal clear and transparent like glass. A caney of the size of a 100-liter drum gives more than 1000 liters of water every day round the year. At present, say the caneys that provides crystal clear water are very rare in Wayanad district. Our future is not prosperous. When billions of people in the world live in chronic hunger and water resources are under pressure, I repeat, when the water resources are under pressure, we cannot pretend the problem is elsewhere. So we have to go for action, and what we can do? It is so simple. Say, catch rain where it falls. Catch it on your roof, on your land, and harvest it. These are artificial ponds for water conservation and contour bunds for soil and water conservation. So by suitable techniques, we can conserve water for ourselves and also for the coming generation. Water, the eternal cycle. Water is not lost by use. If a pail of water gets spilt on the ground, it will come back to you after a period of time. Unfortunately, the pollution of water is a major concern for the present society. So for the sustainability of drinking water, go for rainwater harvesting. By rainwater harvesting, you can ensure safe drinking water in your own open well. Groundwater recharge. Artificial recharge by tube wells directly feed depleted aquifers with fresh water. The recharge is fast and has no transient losses or evaporation losses. Thousands have lived without love, but not a single person has lived without water. So be aware of the value of water and shall not waste even a single drop of it. Let us harvest rainwater and try our best to prevent the decline of water table. That's all. Thank you.